Hi, everybody. My name is Meira Raanan, and I would like to begin by sharing this painting behind me. So my husband is an artist, and a couple years ago, he was working on this painting and really didn't know how to finish it. And it was around this time of year. It was during the 3 weeks, and I had just learned a Torah about how if each one of us fixes our own pathway, then the Beit HaMikdash will be rebuilt. And so I came into a studio and I told him this Torah, and he painted in the pathways that lead to this, looks like a sanctuary of light. And the painting got its name. The painting is called Bishvili, from the verse that the world was created for me. The world was created for each one of us to fix our paths and to complete the mission that we were sent into the world to do. So it's interesting, in the Gemara, it says that if a person has da'at, it's as if the Beit HaMikdash was built. And then the Or Gedaliahu says that the meaning of this is that just as the Beit HaMikdash is holy and set apart, so too is a person who has da'at, like a Beit HaMikdash. So what is da'at, and how do we acquire it? So we know that Chachma is like this bolt of intuition, which is then captured, and it's elaborated by Bina. And this gives birth to Dat, which is the link actually between the heart and the mind, and it is the power to integrate knowledge. So the Torah's first usage of a word is its archetype, in light of all subsequent uses. The first time that Dat is mentioned in the Torah is that Adam yada et Chava, that Adam knew Chava. This is like intimate connection, like an intimate knowing. And so that Dat connotes fusion, connection, unification. The way to know the essence of something is to unite and fully connect to it. So in the Sefer Netivot Shalom, the Slonim Rebbe says that the Yesod, the foundation of our service, of our avoda of the world, is Harat HaDat, is like lighting up our dat with the knowledge that Enod Milvado, that there's only God. It's the ability to know and recognize our Creator, to know Hashem. And the godly light, Da'at, is when godly light lights up your mind and your heart, and that all the treasures of the world are not equal to even 1 hour that a Jew can be in Yeshuva Dat. So what is Yeshuva Dat, and how do we acquire it? So Yeshuva Dat is a kind of meditation, a kind of mindfulness. There are many names for meditation: hitbodedut, kind of self-isolation; hitbonenut, contemplation. And these are all parts of Yeshuva Dat. A yeshuv is like it's a settlement, and it's like settling the mind. It comes from shu, from sitting, from shav, to return, of settling our mind in awareness, and thus a settled awareness is settling into present moment consciousness. So it's a state of mind that not only brings us peace and tranquility, but it also brings us to a place of higher consciousness and to dveikut, which is connection to God. So the Slonim Rebbe actually says that the whole purpose of Torah and all the mitzvot is dveikut, is connecting to Hashem. So there are many, many ways to settle our mind and to achieve Yeshuva Dat. We can do this by sitting quietly, emptying our mind, and then connecting to one word or to one thought. The Baal Shem Tov says that when we connect to a word, to a teva, right, and we stay there for an extended period of time, and we don't want to leave that we can reach a place of dveikut, of connection to Hashem. So the Baal Shem Tov in Amud Tefillah, he says, Oseh lecha teva, like what Hashem said to Avraham, make yourself a teva, make an ark. And so the Baal Shem Tov says that your ark is your word, is the word, or even words that you connect to Hashem with. It's like the ship that you sail on. And so it says, so artaseh l'teva, that you give light, put light into your words. So for example, if we pick a word, let's say I want to settle my mind into the word ahava, love. And I see the letters, right? And I see them full of light. And ahava is like aleph, which is or, hey, which is hakadosh, bet, baruch hu. It's the light of Hashem, the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And so if I sit quietly, take a few deep breaths and do Yeshuva Dat, like settle my mind and my awareness into this one word and sit with it and stay with it and let it fill me with the light of Hashem, and be connected to the letters and how they connect to each other and to the words, to the word itself, to ahava. It is a way to achieve connection and Yeshuva Dat. So another example of this would be, for example, Ribono Shel Olam. I think it's really important to pick holy words to meditate on. And we just repeat it, Ribono Shel Olam, Ribono Shel Olam, and we just keep saying it with all our feelings, all our emotions. And when our mind wanders, as it will, if any of you have sat to meditate, we can notice that our minds actually we have monkey minds that are all over the place all the time. And so by meditating on a word or many words at a time, like Ribono Shel Olam, and keep repeating it, when our mind wanders, we bring our yeshuv, we settle our mind back into the words that we're saying, and we're saying it with longing and with feeling to get connected to Hashem. Another example would be Ein Od Milvado, that there's nothing but godliness, and just keep saying it and feeling it until we feel connected. We feel that there's nothing else but godliness. But what I'd like to focus on right now is another form of meditation, another form of focusing on light. The Baal Shem Tov says that in Amud Tefillah, that a person cannot pray properly if one does not have light, godly light surrounding oneself on all sides, and that one feels the light and senses the light. This is like this or pashut, ein sofi, like endless godly light that is surrounding you every moment, every minute. And so to sit quietly, take a few deep breaths, and to imagine that you're surrounded by light, and to feel it and to sense it. And the Baal Shem also says another way of doing this is to imagine that the divine presence, the Shekhinah, is above your head. And he says, like Ke'ilu, it's as if this light spreads all around you. And he says that you are within the light, sitting within the light in a place of trembling with joy. We can imagine such a thing. And that every time your mind wanders, you just bring it back to this feeling and this sense of this light surrounding you. So it's actually very interesting in the Sefer Yom HaChachma. Rav Morgenstern says that this is true emunah. This is really true faith, to know that Hashem is iti, imi, v'etzli, that Hashem is with me, by me, in me, surrounding me. He says it's this place of Hashem b'kirbeinu. Hashem is like around me and with me. And he says it's like being in a sukkah of peace, like being in a sukkah of peace. It's a very powerful meditation to imagine that you're surrounded by light on all sides. And in this circle of light, you are just like empty, just quiet and empty. And being in this place of settling your mind, keep settling your mind into your light, it's a kind of yichud, of a unification with Hashem. So these are simple but deep practices that you can try to achieve Yeshuv Hadat. The Baal Shem Tov actually says that it's a feeling of being ganuz, hidden within this godly light. So, I was thinking that, like, at the beginning of creation in Gan Eden, the knowledge of Hashem filled Gan Eden until Adam and Chava ate from the tree of knowledge. And then Dat was completely shattered. And since that time, it's like we're searching to connect to Hashem. And on Har Sinai, when we received the Torah, we're told that this was like a tikkun, a rectification of Adam and Chava eating from the tree of knowledge. And we were like on a very high level. In fact, there was like no more death in the world, because when Adam and Chava ate from the tree of knowledge, right, one of the curses was that they would die. And then what happened with the Chet Egel, with the sin of the golden calf, was that in a way our da'at shattered again, like the tablets, the luchot shattered, and with that our intimate connection to Hashem was also shattered. And so on this Shvasrei B'Tammuz, and in the 3 weeks to come, it's actually an opportune time to be working on our pathways to connecting to Hashem in the way that each one of us does, in the way that in our own personal tikkun. And then if each one of us does our own tikkun, then Be'ezrat Hashem, we will see soon the rebuilding of the Beit HaMikdash. So we're going to end off by reading Tehillim all together in an interactive way that will connect all of us. And we're each going to get a different parak of Tehillim, and so that we can collectively complete the book of Tehillim. So I would really suggest that in this teaching of the Baal Shem Tov, that one cannot pray properly until one first surrounds oneself with light on all sides, that we take a minute before we say Tehillim, which is actually a form of prayer, and just feel how we're surrounded by Hashem's light and Hashem's love, and how we are all connected to each other. Am Echad b'lev echad. And I bless us all that we see soon the building of the Beit HaMikdash, and also the knowledge of Hashem that will fill the world, the dot of Hashem that will fill the world like the waters fill the world.